whoa. Every day's payday. I know. Whoa. Traffic gotta stay low. Let's go. Whoa. See the feds run away. Let's go. Whoa. Been a minute since I called you. Let's go. Whoa. I might call today. Whoa. Been a minute since I saw you. Let's go. Whoa. Might pop up today. Whoa. Get butterflies when you take a look at me, but time flies when I take a look at you. I never lied when I said that I'm a G. Just like a blood, girl, I gotta keep it cool. Gotta understand, I'm a man with a plan. From the ghetto to the sand, I remain the same name. Devil cup, plotting with my brother them, aka my cousin them. Look at us, we came a long way from the basement. Shit ain't been the same since handling this bang bang. All I see is plastic on rappers, the fake, but I'm going back to that kid in the basement who I gotta lie to. All this shit is tasteless. Pastor Roman Kendall, all my niggas hate it. Straight back to the bando. Ain't no hesitating, gotta make it now. Niggas get impatient. Bad checks in the mail.
You tune in to the hottest show for music and sports talk. This is Jordan.
But not for long.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. It is 4-3, first show of the month of April, in this glorious, lovely 59-degree weather that we're having today. It's an exciting show for you today. It's going down. Playoff push is just around the corner with just 5 games left, and tank season is in full effect for the teams that's at the bottom of the brackets. Baseball just kicking off. Cubs home opener's coming up. Sox home opener is tomorrow. Be there. But it may have got postponed, but I'll let you know about that in 1 second. Warriors made a statement last night, and so did Russell Westbrook. It's going down. If those who just tuning in, this is the one and only Dante Payne here with Dragon Sports Live, the best show for your talk, music, and all my opinions. So welcome to the show. If y'all want to follow, y'all can follow this show via Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I tend to try to share them on all. And you can follow me at Dragon Jump Pro on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I will follow you back and I will show support. If you're a local artist, I need y'all to send me the clean MP3 version of your song to dragonjumppro@gmail.com. And once I get it approved, I will play it on my show to support everybody, because that's what I do. What up, though, Red? So what's cracking? It's cracking. It's cracking. Baseballs is cracking. And rims is racking. Y'all like how I just rhyme right there with a little bit of poetry? I tend to do that sometimes, but hey, be that way. But we're going to start this show off right. So, without further ado, I have Independent with Winner here on Dragon Sports Live. Check it out. Great song for you.
Yeah. My mama told me I should never fall. You different and you cold. And honestly, should roll with the winner. When I 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 roll with. My mama told me I should never fall. You different and you cold. And honestly, should roll with the winner. When I roll with the winner. When I roll with the. I be surrounded by the ones that make me better. I got all the groupies, but I gotta put the bread first. Keep my circle small, I trust everyone I be around. But everybody know that it be lit whenever we around. Party in the club with the ice on. Turning out to my song, even when the lights on. If you are fake, use a snake like a python. Get from up around me, cause I was taught the right from wrong. Hi, hello, you should be my glow. Look at how I glow. Look at how I glow. Yeah, my mama told me I should never fall. You different and you cold. And honestly, should roll with the winner. When I 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 roll with. My mama told me I should never fall. You different and you cold. And honestly, should roll with the winner. When I roll with the winner. When I roll with. You wish you was me, but you ain't used to me. I put in that work, but working ain't your thing. No, we can relate. I got money on my plate. You got time on your plate. I don't got time, get out my face. I'm always chasing the bank. Chasing the bank, yeah. You better stay in your place. Don't get a case, yeah. They don't want beef with a legend. I'll get the steak, yeah. I can party, but it won't take me out my space, yeah. Hi, hello, you should be my glow. Look at how I glow. Look at how I glow. Yeah, my mama told me I should never fall. You different and you cold. And honestly, should roll with the winner. When I 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 roll with. My mama told me I should never fall. You different and you cold. And honestly, should roll with the winner. When I roll with the winner. When I roll with. Lord, you know that I need ya. Clean me off like the cleaners. Do the devil like Ike did. Yeah, like Ike did the Tina. Y'all don't know what I mean, So Star Trek about to beam up. You too slow, get your speed up. Can't keep up, get your team up. Yeah, we tough like some Crisco. Eat the beat like Nabisco. I'ma tell you the info. You don't know what you in for. This a fight for your soul, though. And this ain't about dough, no. Get your mind right, man, let's go. Get ready to roast. Say, I'm done with living for the moment. If you don't get it, you didn't want it. The present is yours for the moment. Future is ours, and we own it. We on the rise. Why you hating? Heaven is ours for the taking. Join on our team. Why you waiting? No politicking, no debating. Hey, if you wanna win, then you gonna win. Hey, practice is starting, so let us begin. Hey, I'll be your coach, now let's get it in. Hey, we running this game from beginning to end. We running this game from beginning to end. We running this game from beginning to end. We on fire, flame on. Like a lion, we way strong. Get my luau dang on. I'm about to score in your lane, Holmes. Move up out of the way, yo. Like a turtle, you way slow. Knock you into the Congo. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Wrestle in this Royal Rumble. Hope you ready for a tumble. Catch the ball and do not fumble. Gotta fight with all your might, like you fighting for your life, Road is rough, so hold tight, If you ready to roll, say, I'm done with living for the moment. If you don't get it, you didn't want it. The present is yours for the moment. Future is ours, and we own it. We on the rise. Why you hating? Heaven is ours for the taking. Join on our team. Why you waiting? No politicking, no debating. Hey, if you wanna win, then you gonna win. Hey, practice is starting, so let us begin. Hey, I'll be your coach, now let's get it in. Hey, we running this game from beginning to end. We running this game from beginning to end. We running this game from beginning to end. We on fire. We on fire. We on fire. We on fire.
You tune in to the hottest show for music and sports talk. This is
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dragon Sports Live. I'm Dante Payne, your lovely host for this evening. Now, with baseball full swinging and not spring training, even though it is officially spring, we're starting to feel like spring with this nice weather where I can ride my bike, because I don't ride my bike in the wintertime. I ride my bike in warm weather because I want to sweat. I like to pedal fast. I don't like to just pedal and just enjoy the breeze. No, I like to make my own breeze. But a little breakdown. So we did have the Phillies versus the Washington Nationals yesterday. And the Phillies won that game 8-2. Good old Bryce Harper, coming home for the first time, since he re-signed with them in the offseason, since he left them. Well, look, Phillies is 4-0 currently right now, and the Nationals is 1-3-1. So it's going down. And Harper was at back 5 times, won 3 RBIs and 3 home runs. Quite the showing against your old team, And he just here to play ball. That's what he gonna do. So, yeah. It is going down today. On top of that, we did have the Baltimore Orioles versus Toronto Blue Jays, and that was 2-1. And it is getting close to that home opener. We did have the White Sox, Chicago's favorite. They play against the Cleveland Indians today, and they won that game 8-3. They're currently 2-3, and it's a slightly better record than the lovely Northsiders. Cubs got a 1-3 start, and speaking of Cubs, they really had a rocky start due to the fact bad pitching and 6 errors in a single game. It's like the offense is looking nice, but when it comes to defense, our pitchers is not like, I don't know if we got the right pitcher. I don't know if we got the yeah, it's like I don't know if we got the right pitcher. I don't know if we got, like, we're just struggling just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. So yeah, that, like, we'll get better with that as time goes. Like, it is the start of the baseball season, and there is 102 games, well, 100, let's say 100 plus games to go left in the season. So, and we can make possible trades. We can bring in other people, but it's gonna come. It's gonna come. When you lick your lips and can't feel, on top of that, so Sox will play tomorrow, first home opener. Tune in, watch that game, relax, crack open a beer if you drink beer, but if you don't, watch the game. Let me know how it's going out. Because if the Sox win this next game, Sox may have just improved. But like I said, it's 100 plus games in the season. The Cubs do face off against the Atlanta Braves today, and both of these teams are 1-3, struggling to, both trying to fight to get their second win, which may happen tonight for the Cubs. May not. We don't know what's going on, but we do have John Lester pitching today. His ERA is at 3.0. And it's going to be, yeah. We got Brandon Morrow, relief pitcher. He's on a 10-day injury reserve list. He should be coming off that soon. And it will be going down. We do have a couple other games that's going on today as well. So we have the Minnesota Twins who beat the Kansas City Royals 7-6 today. San Diego beat Arizona 4-1. And what's currently going on right now, we have St. Louis versus Pittsburgh. That is the bottom of the first, and that game still knotted up 0-0. And it's about to go down, ladies and gentlemen. down here on Dragon Sports Live. Because after I got Obi-Wan music, Swish is coming up here for you in a bit. And I want y'all to check this cat out like he can blow. Check him out. Obi-Wan music with Swishers featuring V Armstrong here on Dragon Sports Live.
Transparent as the smoke that's filling up my room. Elusive never can I touch you. Cover your brain, you in my passion. Fantastic hallucination. Can you taste my thoughts? While I indulge in your liquid courage that feels like we're making love. Strawberry kisses from your sugar cane lips. Heaven must be right beneath this. Eyes to the ceiling as we. Throw bits of your pure euphoria to take me. Do you hear it? Can you take me there? I got a feeling that you gon' let me get it. I ain't talking about the sunshine. I got a feeling that you gon' let me get it. I ain't talking about the sunshine. I got a feeling that you gon' let me get it. I ain't talking about the sunshine. I got a feeling that you gon' let me get it. I ain't talking about the sunshine. Could you be my power? Would you be my rollie when it's grind time? Couldn't work. My employees, TV on my Apple bomb. Feel it in your chest, girl. Like the cherry watch. Our vision is slow. Our words bold. My thoughts are filthy. Baby, filter me. No sins, no sleep. Yes, I'm staying still. I love the way this feels. Ribbons in the sky, blowing in the wind. Let's go a little further. It's something about the way we cry. It's something about the way you roll. It makes me wanna come alive and blow it in the air. And baby, I might just let you hit and I ain't talking about the switches. I might just let you hit and I ain't talking about the switches. I might just let you hit and I ain't talking about the switches. I might just let you hit and I ain't talking about the switches.
Welcome back to Dragon Sports Live. So we got some other baseball news. We got New York Yankees added another player to their list of hurt players Wednesday afternoon when shortstop Troy Tulowitzki left in the middle of the game. Now Tulowitzki, he was coming back in 2019 from a foot and ankle issues after he didn't play a single game all last season and was diagnosed with a left calf strain this afternoon. Now he left during the game to undergo further evaluation, but it's not looking good. Like, you're trying to bounce back from not playing all season, and then you get a Lev Strauss-Kane, and you just want to play. Now he only appeared in 5 games this season, and is sporting a 1.82 average, 2 for 11, and has 1 double, 1 home run in his first hits in the big leagues since July 2017. So he's been plagued by injuries, and he's looking the best bounce back from that, but all is well, and you're a key shortstop. So, and they already lost Stanton with a left bicep strain and Miguel with a small labrum tear. So that, like, those are key players that you need, especially on offense and defensive side of things. But they'll be able to bounce back. He definitely would be able to bounce back. He just gotta take his time. And as I mentioned before, Cubs have had a rocky start in this season. It's in the first 3 games. We got Yu Darvish he gave up a career high 7 walks in 2 2.3 ending. Who walks that many people that many times? Like, what you got to do here? You got to find that ball, talk to it, grip it, and then launch it right into the glove for that strike. Like, he left the game with a lead, but after that, Carl Edwards gave up a 3-run bomb to Joey Gallo against the loss against the Texas. Game 3's loss. The bullpen gave up 6 runs in 3 1/3 innings. And this was the loss, their 3rd game. And there was also an error, like the ball popped up and runner was on base. All he had to do was get the strikeout, and they could have won the game. But because they had a runner on base, it allows them to run. So it's frustrating. Then game 4, lose 8-0 to the Braves. Like, the Cubs defense had made 6 errors in the game for only the 2nd time in 35 seasons. 2nd time in 35 seasons that they made 6 errors. That's a lot. It's a lot saying. What goes of it, what comes around. But like I said, it's 100-something games left to go. And you guys got this. Come together, and then let's do it. That's the best way to say it. But moving on down the road. Now Robert Kraft is still in the news, but the police basically use a fake bomb threat to install cameras in the spa that Robert Kraft went to, the sex spa case, as they calling it. Why do y'all feel the need to use a fake bomb threat to install cameras and stuff like that? That's a legal move. Like, y'all just trying to have something against the man. Like, the man just won the Super Bowl. The man's trying to chill and relax. Yeah, he probably can go about it a different way, but in my opinion, just leave it alone. Drop it. Like, he did what he needed to do, and just let it go. Stop putting the man, stop putting the man on the spotlight. And that's the best way to go. It's like, y'all basically illegally search the premises without a warrant. So it's like, just let it go. But speaking of charges, letting people go, Michael Bennett have moved to dismiss the charge for injury to the elderly against the veteran defensive end Michael Bennett that was related to an alleged incident after the Super Bowl. So that's a good thing. You get off. Yeah, you get off, you watch, and then play. So you get those charges dismissed. Cool. You off the hook. But don't do it's like don't mess up. And another thing, Patriots have welcomed veteran defensive end Michael Bennett with a rework contract that increases his base value from 15.7 to 16.75 million. New England also gained some more cap space for 2019. What is that saying? We may have just got some better defense on a team that's already pretty good, pretty outstanding. And you're going to add into what's already been there. So it's like, let's get it. Raiders added Ryan Grant to revamp wide receiver corps. He's a former Indianapolis Colts wide receiver. And he just signed with the Oakland Raiders today. Terms was not disclosed yet, but when I found out the information, what was disclosed of the terms, I'll let you know. Because that's what I do. I support my local artists, my unsigned artists, my independent artists, as well as I try to give you facts. Not lies, not bullcrap, straight facts. It's the best way to roll. And it was going down. So, you know how the Steelers organization was pretty much falling apart. First AB is gone, then Le'Veon, then so now it's like who's gonna take that void of AB? James Conner, he's coming back from injury. He would take the spot of AB, and he's a pretty good, strong defensive back, running back coming out the backfield, not defensive. He's a strong running back coming out the backfield, and he can also catch pretty well too. So who's in that spot for AB? So you do got Juju Ships sides who will evolve in year 3. He probably will be the man now. He was targeted. Well, he saw 166 targets in 2018, just 2 fewer of Antonio Brown. So his target is going to be up there or not. And it really just depends on the play at that particular moment. Like if he's open, he's open. But if he's not, he's not. And what is big old big man gonna do? Is he gonna find a man? Is he gonna? Because he don't have a problem with spreading the ball around. That's for sure. 5 Steelers receivers got at least 63 targets in 2017, while 4 players got at least 71 targets last season. So the running back, tight end, and the top 2 receivers will have the chance to put up substantial numbers. And who's in that substantial number? Juju. And, each year he's getting better and better. So it's like you saw he was ready for the fight in year 2. And then year 3 is all about growth. So let's see what he's going to do now that he's the man there in Pittsburgh, Now, even though the Steelers also released safety Morgan Bennett as the player's request, Bennett's agent told that to Adam Schefter. He will be out, but they struggle in the backfield anyways, in my opinion. Sometimes it's like teams expose that when you have a weak secondary and the team see that, it's going down. Like, it's really going down. But he missed 4 games of the first 6 games of the season due to injury, and the Steelers continue to start Terrell Owens, who, in his absence, who's actually been pretty decent for them since he was put into the starting lineup. But Burnett actually recorded 30 tackles, 6 pass deflections in the sub package deal. Over 11 games. Elmas and his third-year player, Sean Davis, occupied both starting safety spots for the season. So you knew he wanted to see the door, like you just see your roll decrease. That's when you know it's time to go. Whenever you see your roll decrease, you know it's time to go. Definitely time to go. But this just in, though, we did have I'll tell you about what just happened in just a second. But before I do that, let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Lights, camera, action. Hey there, I'm Dante Payne. I am the founder and CEO of Dragon Jump Productions. Dragon Jump Productions specializes in media production based in Chicago. We offer services in graphic design, photography, as well as videography. We also work with models as well. So if you got an idea for a photo shoot or you need to be branded, let us help you make your brand. Dragon Jump Productions will claw their way into stardom by making you look great. So if you want to book that next photo shoot with Dragon Jump Productions, reach out to dragonjumppro@gmail.com or call 773-892-4514. Again, that's dragonjumppro@gmail.com or call 773-892-4514. Let us take you and make you great. Book now, Dragon Jump Productions.
Chicagoland Sports Radio is your home for all the latest Chicago sports news. CSR is not only the home to the most entertaining and informative shows in Chicago, but covers all the top college and high school games as well. Big guests and bigger personalities. This is your home for the greatest debates in sports, broadcasting live from State Street in the South Loop. For all of the news, analysts, and interviews to keep you informed, log on to ChicagolandSportsRadio.com to listen live. Chicagoland Sports Radio. It's not just sports, it's a way of life.
What you doing? Don't eat that sandwich during the game.
Why not?
That sandwich is cursing unsportsmanlike. It will cause the Sox to lose.
What do you mean?
Sandwiches is not a sports food to eat.
Huh? Then what should I eat?
Get yourself some boneless wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. You have the choice from sweet to blazing sauce. When you eat Buffalo Wild Wings, you can make any team you support win.
Really now?
Try these spicy wings from Buffalo Wild Wings and watch the Sox win. Now watch and be amazed of what happens.
Uribe charges close. Out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
Those are really tasty. And the Sox really did win.
Yep. See? Told you. Best way to do it is with Buffalo Wild Wings. Can't go wrong with wings. The best sports food in the world. Stop at your local store or go into your local Buffalo Wild Wings. Grab your boneless wings today. Anytime, anywhere, any place. Get the Buffalo Wild Wings and be amazed at what happens.
Yeah, look, I'm straight on in no chase, look, don't be off that truck, don't be off that, yeah, don't let me in my zone, no, I can't feel my face, no, straight on in no chase, look, don't be off that truck, don't be off that, yeah, don't let me in my my zone. Now I done had a whole lot of shots and it won't stop. Took them straight to the face, little Botox, little cognac, rose, need the whole stock. Had a great time and I ain't see no clocks. Woke up in my bed, I ain't had no sockets. I had 2, maybe 3 or 4 thoughts all laying next to me and I ain't even know it. Did it for the vine, I ain't really wanna do it. You tell me it's a party over here, not over there. All black bottle, fresh kiss of Bel Air. And we be at the top, I don't never see you there. Who just a kind of your bad made fear. I take a shot and you take a shot. Then we passed out up in the vacant loud with no recollection that the night before. Drink here to see and I like some more. I said I'm fucked up, man, I'm so fucked up. Got us in a bar fight, and got punch drunk. Think I need more bottles and I need more cups. Thinking that we all trash, feeling like dump trucks. Fucked up, man, I'm so fucked up. Got us in a bar fight, thinking got punch drunk. Think I need more bottles and I need more cups. Nigga, we all trash, feeling like dump trucks. Now I'm gone. I can't feel my face, so no, I'm straight, I don't need no chase, so no. Don't we be off that truck, don't we be off that yeah. Don't let me in my zone, little no, I'm I can't feel my face, so no, straight, I don't need no chase, so no, don't we be off that truck, don't we be off that yeah. Don't let me in my zone. Me and my nigga no turn up. Make a bad chick twerk, she gon' earn it. Then I pass to the team and I earn that assist. The machine got the nerve and we swerve that bitch. In the VIP and a multi-yes with a PYTHOTS. Pay, better know he next, but he stayed on the bench, so I know he flexed. On the 4-4, probably got 4 holes. You know, orders down that dough. Then in the 4 torch, pressing me like full court. They be going full force, trying to get choked. I be yelling for something, they be like, okay, sipping on the Bombay, mixing with the OJ. I be in my own lane, color roll race. Try to play me, funny how to roll. I be rolling with my team, and I ain't going back to local. No, I don't know what that mean. They say we ain't never selling, yeah, we know what's self-esteem. About my money, all I see is trailing. I'm gone. I can't feel my face, so no, I'm straight, I don't need no chase, so no, don't we be off that truck, don't we be off that yeah. Don't I be in my zone, little no, I'm I can't feel my face, so no, straight, I don't need no chase, so no, don't we be off that truck, don't we be off that yeah. Don't I be in my zone, I can't feel my face, so no.
Welcome back to Dragon Sports Live, ladies and gentlemen. Now we talking football right now. If you just tuning in, we broke down what's going on in Major League Baseball, as well as we talking football right now. Basketball will be coming up shortly. Don't go nowhere because we got the national championship coming up this weekend. Or I should say the Elite Four, Got that coming up. And both for men's and women's. Like now the women for NCAA don't get no love. But like I said, I will give you some love today here on Dragon Sports Live. That's the best way to do it. Now, before we went to break there, you know how I mentioned this a little bit off topic, but this just came across my ESPN feed, breaking news. So the Cubs infielder David Bolt just agreed to a 5-year deal through 24. He's an infielder, but he's only 25 and will make about 15 million over that deal, which begins in 2020. The Cubs hold team option of $7 million for 2025 and 7.6 for 26. With a buyout of $1 million, that can increase his deal to $28 million if exercised. That's a big ups for them. He hit a grand slam. His August grand slam with the Cubs trailing the Washington Nationals 3-0 made him a folk hero in Chicago. He wasn't a one-hit wonder. He ended the season with the 3rd highest exit velocity in all baseball. He faded some down the stretch with a 2.3 average with 6 home runs and 184 at bats. So he's still improving, but he's still young. So it's like, let the young players do what they got to do. Big ups to him today. But back to football. We had former Patriots character coach, Jack Easterby, hired by the Texans. That's a big ups for him. What could I say? And it's getting close to draft, everybody. So it's like, what's going down? Who y'all think? Where y'all think Dwayne Hopkins is going to go? Where you think Kyler Murray's going to go? Them the questions that a lot of people should have. Because it's like, I'm curious to know who's going to take them. Who going to pick them up? Who's going to get them? It's a lot of teams out here that need new quarterbacks. So it's like, let's get it. And the draft is this month. It is April 25th. So that is 3 weeks away from Thursday. Who's going where? A lot of people predicting Kyler Murray going to go to the Cardinals. And if he goes to the Cardinals, does that means Josh Rosen is basically out the door, or it's going to be a competition for who's going to start during the offseason? It's going to be that too. So who's going to go? But edge rusher Nick Bosa, he may be going to the 49ers. And these just mock drafts, like these are, that a lot of drafts that people pick, think that's who they're going to be fit. That's where they're going to go. Jets need a defensive lineman, so they potentially could draft Quentin Williams from Alabama, and then Josh Allen, not the quarterback, but the edge rush from Kentucky, could be heading to the Raiders. This is just like your first 5 picks. Devin White, linebacker for LSU, maybe taken 5th by the Buccaneers. And then the Giants, they can get Rashard Gary. And so forth. Like, this is your top 5 mock drafts. Percy, with all the competition going on for his quarterback, it's a lot of teams that still need quarterbacks. Like the Cardinals, they could use him, but I feel like if Kyler Murray goes to the Cardinals, he may not play today unless he win during preseason, which that's the best time you see your rookie shine. That's the best time you see everybody going out their way because they want to have a guaranteed spot on the roster. And a lot of the summer camps, training camps, spring camps, whatever, they kind of started. So it's like, until draft day, we're going to see what we got. Redskins may pick up a wide receiver. They are needy, and that'd be DK Metcalf. If they pick up a wide receiver, he's a good fit for them. Fits with their offense. And, Casey Keenum is now a Washington Redskin, so they get him a decent weapon to work with. No telling what's going to happen with Alex Smith. Is he going to come back or not? So that's on top. That's another thing that you got to think about. Like, is he going to just retire? So that's why they end up getting Casey Keenum. And that's just like your top 20 picks, top 10 picks there. So we'll see what happens on draft day. Stay tuned. It's going down this month on the 25th. So I'm looking forward to it. I want to see what essentially the Bears can get. They may draft another running back since they traded off Howard to they traded him to the Eagles, to the Philadelphia Eagles. So it's like, and Howard number, like speaking of Howard, his numbers kind of dropped a little bit, but he still posed 935 yards in the season. He wasn't really catching that much out the backfield because Tariq was doing most of that. But all is well. Best of luck to him in Philly. And it gives them, it basically vamps up Philly's run game far as the backfield. Because you had Smallwood, you had Boston. And so altogether, they only average 7 touchdowns versus Howard had 9 and had more rushing yards. They only combined for 1,000 yards. Howard combined has 3,000 yards on the season. So it's like it revamps their backfield and it gives them a strong power back out the backfield who can run. Howard's just a patient man, like very patient. So he wait for that hole and then he goes through that hole. So that's how it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down that way. Like I said, stay tuned, watch the draft. We're gonna see how it go. Bears may sign a kicker, they may not. They did sign a couple more kickers, trying to build up that competition. At least want to have 2. So like, because of the Parkey incident, they're just trying to find a kicker that's more suitable, that's won't miss, that won't miss, it's pretty decent from close range, because Parkey was missing close range field goals a lot more often than normal. Like most people be dagger from close range. It'd be the longer field goals that'd be hit or miss, but he's missing close range field goals. So it'll be all right. It'll be all good. Now we do got like I said, NCAA is winding down quick, fast, in a hurry, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right. So we got Michigan State versus Texas Tech. And then Auburn versus Virginia. Virginia is the only number 1 seed in the Final Four this year. And they're going against number 5 Auburn, who been playing very good late. So has Michigan State and Texas Tech. Like, you're upsetting these number 1 seeds trying to go to the Final Four. So it's like, it's the first time. Well, it's not the first time, but you don't have Duke, nor North Carolina, nor Kentucky in this year. So let's get it with them. And this on the men's side. So these games will be on this Saturday. The Auburn-Virginia game, 5:09 p.m. And then the Texas Tech game at 7:49 p.m. Check those games out. I'm checking them out. So I want you to check them out too. Let me know what y'all think, who y'all picking. I'm definitely going to probably pick that Michigan State Texas game. I can't make a pick in that because I feel like that game is going to be, both teams going to be hungry. Let's just put it like that. Both teams is going to be hungry. But this the men's side of things. We go to the women's side of things, which a lot of people kind of neglect sometimes. We got number 1, Baylor versus Oregon. Now, it's the first time, or only the second time in Oregon's history where they made it to the Final Four. Then we got Notre Dame versus Connecticut, which should be a good game because both these teams have been playing very well this year. Will UConn get shut down? Or will Notre Dame get shut down? Would they prevail? These games aren't Friday. Oregon, Baylor's at 6 p.m. UConn, Notre Dame is at 8. So tune into those games. Give our lovely ladies support as well, because they are our future for WNBA. many people don't like the WNBA because they just feel like it's too much shooting, but women need support just as much as men. So support your fellow friends that play basketball and your fellow athletes if you're already on the team. Women needs that deal. And speaking of basketball, NBA is getting hot and heavy. So we do have the Bulls taking on the Washington Wizards tonight, and they're hoping to overcome injury riddle. So basically, like their top scorers, all their top scorers is basically down right now. You got Lauri Markkanen. He's missed 3 games, and he's been shut down for the whole season. Otto Porter Jr. has been out 7 games, and Chris Dunn has been down the past 4. Zach LaVine has missed 6 games. They're the team's top scorer, and they combine for 70 points per game. Like, that's your team's top scoring threat. With that being said, they had to basically go down to the G League, bring players in. They brought a 6'9" forward, Jakar Sampson, who led the Windy City Bulls, was their top scorer, posted 22 points against New York. And that was his first game with the Bulls. So he's there. We also got Lemon Walter Jr. Yeah, him from the Windy City Bulls, as well as Brandon Sampson. So it's tank season for them, basically. Like, let's just put it there. But the Bulls did make me happy. I did say they'll get to at least 21 games this season. They got opportunities to get past that, but I did say they'll get at least 21 games on the season because a lot of people doubted them that they won't get it. And if y'all watching, that game is on now. It's 44-44 against the Washington Wizards. But the Washington Wizards are without John Wall. And their starting lineup. So, yeah, they're without John Wall. You got Bill taking on most of the load right now. He got 15. He's leading the Wizards with 15. And then as far as the Bulls, it's pretty much spread out throughout the whole team. Like, you got Timothy with 8 points, Robin Lopez with 6, Ryan Arcidiacono with 4, and then Raul Alkins with 8, and Brandon Sampson with 4. So, like, even though they're G League players, it's just bodies to field. They're doing their best. They showcasing what they're worth. They going tick for tack, but it really doesn't matter at this point in the season because neither one of these teams are in the playoffs. So they're basically trying to play who's going to get that top pick, who's going to get the lottery pick, where do I fall? Like, that's basically what these teams are playing for. Because Wizards and Bulls are both out. Wizards is ranked 11, Bulls is ranked 13. But you do have the Bucks and Raptors who clinch their playoff berth, as well as the Sixers, Celtics, and Pacers. And on the Western Conference, we had a lovely game last night. So we had the Golden State Warriors versus the Denver Nuggets. And when I say they basically made a statement last night, oh, it was a statement. As far as Golden State, anyways. They made a straight statement last night. So it was 116-102 with Cousins scoring 28 points. Durant scored 21 points and got ejected in the third. And he's one technical shy of a 1-game suspension. So let's keep that in mind. Like they keep the frustrations down, but let's run down this box score. And this basically was they're battling for first and second right now. So Golden State want to make that statement like, yeah, we can beat you guys. But I feel like Golden State kryptonite will be the Houston Rockets, especially how the Houston Rockets been on a tear. They beat the Kings yesterday 130-105, and Harden had 36 and 10 assists. So it's like that kryptonite will be Golden State, but when you got Cousins, your leading scorer, it just showing that goes to show that no matter what lineup you put, you're gonna always have one of those guys performing at the top at their peak. That's what I think. And they're just showing you that they're ready for playoff contention. Bring it on. Like a lot of people say this, oh no, teams become different in playoffs. Just like even though LeBron won't be in the playoffs, but when he's with the Cavaliers and you may seem like, oh, they're not going to make the playoffs. They're not going to do that. No, it comes off differently. They play a whole lot different. They play harder in the playoffs. That's why you see them resting players the last few games, pulling players out there because they're trying to save them for playoffs. And we did have other games that went on last night. So we had the second 2020 game in NBA history, and that was done by Russell Westbrook. For those who didn't watch the game, they beat the Lakers 119-103. And when I say Westbrook was on a tear, I didn't even realize he had 20 points, 20 rebounds, and 21 assists in that game. You grabbed most of the team, like you led the team with rebounds and assists in that game. Jeremy Grant, he had 22 in that game. He was your leading scorer. Paul George, 19. Steven Adams with 13. Terrence Ferguson with 15. And Westbrook with 20. Dennis Schroeder off the bench with 15. Destroyed the Lakers, but became that second person. The only other person who done that was Walk the Stilt Chamberlain. It's going down. We also had the Hawks take on the Spurs yesterday. And DeMar DeRozan, 29-7, 7 assists, 117-111 against the Hawks. And that was it. We got some good games going on tonight as we have the Indiana Pacers versus the Detroit Pistons, 37-27 in the fourth quarter with 4:16 left. New York Knicks versus Orlando Magic. Magic lead that way 51-45. And then, of course, we got the Bulls versus the Wizards. That score is 50-51 with 2:20 to go in the second quarter before halftime. Philadelphia 76ers going against the Hawks right now, and that's 34-33 with the Sixers leading the way. And the Toronto Raptors versus the Brooklyn Nets. That game is still in the first quarter, and it's 18-13. And the Boston Celtics taking on the Heat, 22-16. So check those games out. I will be checking it out, give you some live stats and some good opinions. And we'll talk more about the playoff push, as well as I'll give you recaps of the NCAA games next week. So, with that being said, I'm about to get out of here, but I'll catch y'all next week, next Wednesday at 6 p.m. for another edition of Dragon Sports Live. And I'm Dante Payne, and I am signing off. Holla at your boy on the flip side. Yes.
I treat her like a mother, add it up. I get it taken like add it up, treat her like a mother, add it up. I get it taken like 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 add it up.